Okay, we're going to go over today the tricky percent problems. Okay, now number one says my total bill for dinner. So the total bill was $78.50. This included a 7% sales tax. What was my bill without the sales tax? Well, we're going to let X equal original cost. So this is the cost of the meal before you paid your sales tax. We don't know what that was, but we know that we're going to add 7% of whatever that was. And when we add the tax, the original cost and the tax, it's going to equal 78.50. So this is really 1x plus 0.07x, which is 1.07x. And remember, we said we could always multiply something by 1.07, and that would give us the total cost with the tax included. So that would be 78.50. I divide both sides by 1.07, and x equals, when we do that, we get 73.36. Now, to see if we're right, we take 73.36 and we just pretend it's a different problem. So pretend the problem said your bill came, it was 73.36. You had to pay 7% sales tax. What would it be? So now let's multiply 73.36 times 1.07, and we get 78.50. So we know we did it correctly. Okay? Now, other ways you could have done this, for those of you who like a percent proportion, you can say fraction bar equals fraction bar over 100. And in this case, we don't know what the 100% was, but we know the 107 was 78.50. So this is a way where you get the correct answer using the percent proportion, because X represented what the bill said, 100% of what the bill said. 78.50 represents the bill plus the 7% sales tax. Okay, let's look at number two. So number two says, I paid $3.50 for my phone. This was after my 20% coupon. What was the original price for the phone before the discount? Okay, so again, two different ways to do this. We can say X is price of phone. We don't know what the phone was marked, but I know whatever it was marked, I got 20% off. So one way is to say I take the price and I subtract 20% of the price, and that's going to give me $3.50. Now, again, this is 1x minus 0.20x, and I get 0.80x. So 80% times the original price equals $3.50. Divide by 0.80, divide by 0.80, and we get x equals $437.50, which means that's what it was marked before you got 20% off. Now, for those of you who like percent proportions, you could say, well, again, I don't know what the 100% of the phone was. I don't know what the original price was, which is the 100%. But I know that the 80% of it was $3.50. So that proportion will give you the same answer. Okay, now let's look at number three. Okay, number three says the cost of my meal with a 20% tip was $90. Okay, so let's start this time with percent proportion. So we don't know what it was before the tip. Before the tip is 100% of what was marked on the bill. But after I added a 20% tip, I was paying 120%. and that represented the 90. So another way to do is to say X is the original price. I pay the original price plus I pay 20% of the original price, and then that came to 90. So that would be 1.20x equals 90. And in both cases, when you solve, you get $75. Okay, so the next two are pretty much the same. The answer key is attached, so try to do those on your own and check the answer key when you're done.